Ultra-processed foods may be delicious, but they're packed full of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, and have been linked to diseases such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. And they now make up 60% of the average diet. So I decided to quit processed foods for the next 30 days to see what impact, if any, it will have on my mind, body, and overall health. So to make the 30 days a little bit more exciting, I decided that I won't be tracking any of my food or weighing myself for the entirety of the 30 days. I want to see if by only eating whole foods that my body will kind of regulate itself and tell me when it's full. Also, if you're wondering what kind of weirdo travels with a scale, this kind of weirdo. So what exactly are ultra-processed foods? Now, they're not just things like burgers, chips, and ice cream. They could be everyday household items that you have in your kitchen today, including things like cereals, protein and muesli bars, some breads, yogurts, and most cooking sauces, just to name a few. And it's not really a surprise when 75% of the produce in supermarkets is ultra-processed food, despite the fact that they offer little to no nutritional value, are highly calorically dense, and are probably the main culprit of our rising obesity epidemic. A simple way to identify ultra-processed foods in the supermarket is on the back of the label to see if they have one or more food that you rarely find in a kitchen. Or the way that I like to do it is if they have one or more ingredient that I can barely pronounce. Jagung berendang. Well, this one is in Indonesian, but you get the idea. So if I wasn't stuffing my fat face with processed foods, what was I eating? Breakfast would usually be an egg breakfast, either poached or an omelette. They usually come with side salads or an avocado, and twice a week I'd add salmon, you know, for the omega-3s. For lunch, I'd usually visit a local warung and get something like rice, tempeh, and veggies, or some days I'd have a healthy plate or some kind of salad. For dinner, I had a few places on rotation, but I usually go for a rice bowl, a poke bowl, or the bodybuilder stapler, chicken and rice. If I got snackish in between meals, I'd eat some fruit from the local market, usually a dragon fruit, papaya, bananas, and dates. Anyway, enough yapping, let's get to the results. So it's time to see what effect not tracking my food and only eating whole foods for 30 days has had on my physique. So on day one of the challenge, I weighed 169 pounds and looked like this. Let's see how much we weigh after 30 days. So my weight today is 172 pounds, which means I've gained 3 pounds over the 30 days, which wasn't what I was expecting, to be honest. Anyway, let's compare physiques and see if there's any noticeable physical changes. Okay, so I think this is the spot where I filmed last time. So if I stand here, I should be able to put myself at the start of the video here. So let's compare. We'll do relaxed and then tensed. So I think I look pretty much the same, though I am 3 pounds heavier, so maybe I look 3 pounds heavier. But this really goes to show, if we've learned anything in this video, is the importance of tracking, because even if you're eating only whole foods, you can still be in a surplus and gain weight, like me. Though, to be honest, I think also the warungs are to blame. I mean, the portions are very generous, and yeah, we'll blame the warungs. It's not me being a fat shit. But more importantly than physique, how did I feel over the 30 days? Now, I'm someone who eats what I'd consider a fairly healthy diet, and once or twice a week I'll give myself a cheat day where I'll usually indulge in things like cereals, ice cream, and chocolate. And after cutting all these things out of my diet for 30 days, I honestly wasn't expecting this, but I felt no different whatsoever. And this makes sense because unless there's a real drastic change to your diet, it's unlikely you're going to see much noticeable difference in just 30 days. One positive I did notice was my cravings for cheat days and sweets and cereals seemed to completely disappear within a couple of weeks. And it seems like my taste buds did change, and fruit seemed to really intensify, and as I've mentioned previously, dates now seem to taste like salted caramel. However, something interesting did happen yesterday. So yesterday I finished the 30-day challenge. So I went to the store and I thought I'd finally try some of these Indonesian treats. So I got home excited to try them. And when I bit into them, they tasted overly sweet, like too sweet. I wasn't sure if I even liked them. But then something weird happened, like something went off in my brain. It was like I couldn't relax until all the food had gone. So I ended up demolishing all that food that night. And it really helped emphasize how addictive this ultra-processed food is. And to finish the video, we're going to be trying the thumbnail cookie to see if it's now too sweet for my finely tuned palate. Cheers. Oh no, it is good.